Very good. Welcome to RockEyez, man.
Thank you so much.
No problem. First, congratulations on the new album,
Thank
Echoes
you.
of Isolation on Frontiers. I'm a little bit surprised that you're on Frontiers. I figured you might be on a heavier label. I mean,
Yeah.
Frontiers are fantastic. Serafino knows how to pick them. So, congratulations on that. I just thought maybe that label was a little too light for you guys. So, you're kind of heavy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it started back when I got signed with another project called Arias Descendant, and that's this very cinematic heavy metal, more frontiers like. And then I got a deal with them with my solo project, which is a lot more rock and roll. And then
Right.
it was just like it made sense. Sorry, my phone is ringing. I'm gonna shut it off. Then it just made sense that Defecto would go on there as well because I had a good relationship with those guys and they felt that they could do very good things for Defecto too. So that was just brilliant. But yeah, I agree.
Cool, cool, very cool. Now you started Defecto in 2010, and you released your first EP in 2012, Defecto. Tell me a little bit about that first release.
Well, um, back in 2009, I was like, I need to do something with the music for real now. I have always been creating music by myself on my tiny room, and I couldn't help myself. And just wherever I went, I was just thinking about music all the time and what should I create and whatnot. And in 2009, I got a call from a guy called Jan here in Denmark, and he had been working with some pretty interesting bands in his past. A band called Aqua. I don't know if you're familiar with Aqua. Pretty big pop band in Denmark. And I was like, why are you're calling me? What? And he had heard some of my songs that I had just uploaded to my Facebook profile, and he was like, dude, we need to get you to do some shorter songs, some single focused songs because I like what you're doing.
Right.
And I made all these 10-minute long random songs.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, oh shit, then I need to find myself some band members. So I called my old buddy Frederick, which is he's the lead guitarist in Defecto.
Uh-huh.
And I was just talking with him about these things, and we decided to start Defecto at that point. And he had some other musicians he contacted, and we had the band going, and then we got together, wrote some songs, and then was the EP a couple of years later. So that was the beginning of everything.
Cool, cool. How was that received? Did you get good reviews on that?
We sure did. Actually, some of the best reviews we have ever had because, we were so young and it was something brand new for Denmark. I think we had a very new kind of sound. The progressive metal thing in Denmark is not very
Right.
often seen. We were doing something that people wasn't used to, and that got us some very good reviews and a lot of hype and focus back then. And then following up our full-length album in 2016, which actually included some of the same songs as on the EP.
Right.
It was just more songs, so that
Uh-huh.
was very well received as well. So the EP was a very good beginning for us, I think.
Cool. And you just talked about, your full length release in 2016, Excluded. And
Yeah.
after that, you did a single, Savage, in 2017.
Um, I believe that Savage was a single leading up to our second album called
Right.
Nemesis.
Right.
Yeah. I believe we had three singles out before the second album.
Now,
I
Nemesis,
remember.
I read quite a bit of reviews on that. That got good reviews too. You know,
Yeah.
that was successful. You know,
Yeah, cool.
and the next one is 2020, another full length release. Tell me a little bit about that release. That's
Yeah,
your
Duality in 2020. We had done this on Nemesis, the second album. We did this very symphonic, a million layers progressive metal thing, and I've always loved that. But we wanted to do something a bit more broad and not mainstream, but a bit more mainstream, you know what I mean? Like a bit more easy listening in some parts, just to see what we could do because we've always loved to just experiment with things and different sounds, you know. And Duality became kind of this a bit more experimenting. Yeah, I think that's the word for Defecto. So we had a bunch of more subtle songs, a bit more popish songs and atmospheric songs,
Uh-huh.
and and yeah, we just wanted to see if we could catch some people that was not only listening to progressive metal, you know.
Right. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You know.
And Duality was a very, you could call it a democratic album for us internally in the band. Like everyone had something to say, and everyone was participating in the writing process, and it was a very including album for us to
Right.
make. So it was kind of cool to try that out because on Excluded and Nemesis, it was mostly just me that was writing everything. So it was nice to try something new.
So was that independent or was that on a label?
It was on a label, but it was on a very small label called Black Lodge from Sweden,
I
and it
know
was
them.
not a
Mhm.
yeah, it was not really a record label deal as such, but still kind of a deal. It was kind of
Right.
I don't know. It's a gray zone, I think.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Now, that album came out 2020, and then you had like five or six singles after that, almost one every year. And then Echoes of Isolation came out in 2025. Um, and you got nine tracks on that, right? The new
Yeah,
album,
that's right.
nine tracks. Right. I listened to it this morning, and I listened to it a couple times before the interview and stuff like that. Now, you started
Yeah,
off with an instrumental, you know. Um,
yeah,
you like instrumentals?
yeah. I like the build up, you know, especially for intros. I like that. That's cool, I think.
Yeah. Do you decide? Because some bands like the instrumental at the very end, some like it in the very beginning, like an intro type thing. Was there a preference, or it didn't matter?
It did not matter. I was just like, we need an intro to. Yeah, it actually it started out with us needing a new intro for our performances live,
Right, yeah,
and I was like, okay, if Eternal Descent is going to be the first song on the album, then we'll have an intro for that one.
right.
So
And your single is Sacred.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had three singles or two singles and the focus track. So yeah, we had Sacred Alignment out, and then Eternal Descent, and then
Uh-huh.
now with the album we had a focus track. It's Eclipsed by the Void.
And Sacred and Eclipsed, both of my favorite songs on the album.
Oh, that's great.
They blow
Awesome.
everything away. I love them two songs. Really good. I actually almost every song I like. It's just I had to pick out something I really like. So like
That's great, dude.
you can't say So, but I always listen to all the albums and stuff I get and the interviews and stuff. Um, Basically every song's good. There's
Awesome.
no fillers in there at all. You know, really no ballad
Great.
in there at all. You
No,
know, so I enjoyed
that's
it. I just hope a lot of people support it. I hope for it. You know,
I hope so
so
too. Yeah.
is this album coming out on vinyl too?
It is on vinyl, yeah.
And it's out already, right?
It is, yeah. It came out on Halloween actually, so a
Wow.
couple of days ago.
Was there any songs that were kind of difficult, to get in the studio and record, and you had to change, some of the lyrics or anything like that, or everything went really smooth?
Most of the album recordings and mixing went very, very smooth. I'm sitting in my studio and I'm starting up a session and I have a riff or something, and I just start with, it's just start from the top. I don't have a usually I don't have a punchline or a vocal line or anything. I just do a lot of instrumental things, and I kind of know what to do here and what to do there, and then I just figure it out as I go. There was one song where Frederick, the guitarist, had a very good idea, and that was actually in Eclipsed by the Void, where
Uh-huh.
had initially I had started out the song with the with what became the bridge afterwards, the
Right.
very Nevermore-ish lick in the bridge section. I started the song out with that one, but he was like, dude, we just need a cool riff here instead of this classical thing. And I was like, okay. So I made a whole new riff for that song, yeah, as a main riff. So that was the most I think edited afterwards in any song on the album. So most of the album was very, very smooth. Yeah. I mean, it
Cool.
was just writing itself. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Sometimes it can be like that.
Mhm. When I got the press release, they say this the fans, this is for fans of Metallica, Symphony X, and Evergrey. Are they some of your
Mhm.
favorite bands?
Symphony X and Metallica for sure. Yeah. And I like Evergrey too, but it's not on my top, but I can definitely hear the resemblance to that. Yeah. But yeah,
Um,
Symphony X, man, I love them.
wow, yeah, yeah. I mean, I listen to so much music, probably you do too, and stuff like that. There's a band I
Yeah.
think from Sweden or something like that, and they're called Brutaliator, right?
Okay.
They remind me of you guys too, but they're gone
Oh,
now.
cool.
They're gone, but
Oh,
I love their music. So like that was really cool. Tell me, what
nice.
did you listen to like when you were younger? What kind of music?
I grew up listening to Black Sabbath, Metallica, Judas Priest, and Alice Cooper, Van Halen,
Uh,
those kind of things. Old school classic rock things, and yeah, metal when it came, to be from the Black Album. That was
right,
when the real metal got me very interested. Yeah.
right,
So, but yeah, I've always loved Judas Priest, especially,
right, yeah,
and I love Alice Cooper for his lyrics. He's so
right.
good at that. And yeah, I love Judas Priest for their just they have some kind of aggressiveness that I can't find in any other band.
Wow. Do you remember the first concert you attended?
The first concert?
Yeah.
Yes. The first concert I was attending was with my dad and my mom, actually. We went to see Alice Cooper.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Halen was to play as well, but they didn't play. I've
Right.
heard since then that was a thing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
but I saw Alice Cooper, and I might have been like 7 years old or something, not maybe eight, maybe. And the drummer did this drum solo before the song called "Lost in America," which was
Uh-huh.
my absolute favorite song. And I was just like, what is he doing? What is this? This is so cool." And I went back home and I tried to find that drum solo on the
Uh-huh.
tape, but it wasn't there, and I couldn't understand it because I wasn't so old. Like,
Uh-huh.
where's the drum solo?
Yeah.
And after that point, I actually started having drum lessons because I found it so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Alice Cooper on Welcome to My Nightmare tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fantastic.
Cool.
He had the bed rolled out to right in front of the stage. He was standing on top of the bed and it just rolled out. So
So
good,
dramatic. I love it.
so good. Like the stage show. I mean, that's perfection. No one could beat Cooper with the stage show.
Oh, he's so good.
I've seen a lot of shows and stuff like that. Kiss is like flashy and stuff, but Alex Cooper got a theme
Yeah.
to this music, so it
Yeah.
was really cool. When you were younger, did you collect anything?
Um, no, not really, actually.
Uh-huh.
Not really. But no, what I spent my most of my time on was just like having my dad's earbuds on, just going through
Uh-huh.
all of his CDs.
Right,
That was my
right,
thing.
right, yeah. Wow, wow. How were you in school when you were younger?
I was very, no, I don't know, silent. I was kind of the black sheep. My parents got divorced,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't have a very good time.
Uh-huh.
I was getting bullied a lot, so I was kind of keeping it to myself and not always showing up for school when I got a little bit older. And it was like, I didn't really fit in because I was I was very creative from
Right.
I was very young as well, and I just, I sat there tapping my hands, drumming all the time, and was a little bit annoying. I think I had music in my head all the time. I just needed to get out there, play computer games, and make music. So I don't know. I was kind of the silent type in the corner, I think, most of the time.
I can understand that. Like, you have in your mind what you want to do already as an older person, or when you're growing up a little bit
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But they want you to do specific stuff. Like right now, I'm a concert photographer. Okay, I've been since the '70s. I took photography in school and I flunked. I got an F. Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
got covers of magazines and stuff. It was because stuff I want to do, not what
Yeah.
they wanted me to do. So like I just didn't go by the rules, you know.
Exactly.
Didn't
Exactly.
go by
Like, so yeah, it can be difficult when you're a little kid,
right,
but it makes sense in the end.
right, yeah. The teacher sent a note home to your mother or father, and he ain't doing what I tell him to do. What do you
Exactly.
want me to do? He has his own mind, you know.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
so do you prefer vinyl, cassette, download? What's your favorite?
It's funny because I don't collect vinyls, but I definitely prefer the vinyl. But it's because it's so awesome to have in your hands, and you can look at it in a whole different way. It's so beautiful.
Right.
But I like my music on my computer, so
Uh-huh.
it's both worlds, I guess. Yeah. I'm not into the tape thing. I've heard that's becoming very popular again too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's become popular because of the way it comes out. It could be popular because it's a collector item.
Yeah.
Most of the people ain't going to be playing the album. Most of the people ain't going to be playing the CD. They want it just to collect it, and then they
Yeah.
download the music. So like they got the music, and they don't have to touch that. It's too valuable to play and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's right. I feel it's kind of the same with the vinyl, but still not because, when I ask my fans and followers what, if they have a vinyl player, it's about 50% of them that actually plays their vinyls, and
yeah,
the other half is just like keeping it as a collector's item. So it's pretty cool that it's becoming so popular again with the vinyls, I
yeah.
think.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't like the part, but it's the way it is that like some bands are putting out 10 different colors. you know
Yeah.
we're going to do 500 of this, 400 of this, 100 of this, 50 of this. Now the fans got to buy them all. I guess it's
Yeah.
good marketing. you know
Yeah. It's a
um,
bit of a money grab, huh?
yeah, definitely. So what was your first job?
My first job.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I what was my first job? I think I was handing out newspapers when I was very little, not for very very long. That I couldn't that wasn't very good for me. I wasn't very good with that. But I think the first kind of real job was I was I was pushing, shopping carts back to
Uh-huh.
their original spot
Right.
in a shopping mall somewhere when I
Uh-huh.
was 14 or something.
Wow. That's pretty wild because funny, my first job was delivering newspapers for the town, right?
Yeah.
Just like you. Okay.
Yes.
My second job, I worked in a supermarket. Uh,
Really?
oh, 46 years in the
Oh,
supermarket, right?
yeah.
I'm
Shit.
retired. I'm enjoying life and stuff like that. No more work ever again. Just going to do
Oh,
stuff I like, you know?
oh, that's awesome.
So when you got signed to Frontiers, did you actually get to meet Serafino or did you do it online or how'd that work?
I never met Serafino. I only spoke with him online and then via
Uh,
email.
uh,
My primary contact is called Aldo.
okay.
And Aldo I have met at the Proc Power USA. I met him once there, but other than that, it's just been via email. So yeah, unfortunately, they have this festival, and I've heard that I am probably going to be invited. So I
Oh,
hope so because
yeah,
then I'll get to meet everyone.
yeah, definitely. Have you read any reviews lately of the new album?
Yeah, I read some reviews. It's always difficult because I take reviews very personal, so I try to kind of not read them all. We had some episodes with Defecto here in Denmark where there was some magazines who really had a bone in my side and or in our side, and they
Uh,
just wanted to really get us bad reviews to get attention, and it was a horrible thing back here. So
right,
that I've been like, oh, I don't know if I can, if I
right,
want
yeah,
to read. But what I've read has been very positive. So I haven't seen a negative review yet of the new album. So that's very, very, very nice.
yeah. It's definitely a great album. I mean, like I
Awesome.
said, I listened to it, and that's my opinion, but I loved it.
Awesome.
So that's what
So good.
matters to me. You know,
Thank you.
cool, cool, cool. So, what are your hopes for this when it finally gets out there to everybody?
Yeah, I hope that with us being on Frontiers now and having a booking agency behind us, we can get even more out than we did before, and rising steadily, to a bigger crowd. For us, it's always been the shows, we love to play the shows and we love to get out of our own country and be on the road and play for some new people and get to meet new people, experience the world. So if we can get out and do some more shows, more festivals, and feel the band is growing other sides of the world, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah, definitely. That's the goal.
You have any merchandise you like to talk about, or a tour coming up, or anything?
Yeah, we have a tour coming up. We are supporting a band called Nanowar of Steel
Uh-huh.
around Europe in
Okay.
January and February. And yeah, we're going through Paris and Germany and all around Europe. That's
Right.
going to be a lot of fun. And we're bringing, of course, our vinyls, some shirts, our CDs, and our show to the people. So yeah,
Cool. If people want to get in touch with you, do you follow your Facebook or Instagram or anything?
yeah, people can always write us. We try to catch up with everyone as much as we can, for sure.
How's your family feel about your success with Defecto?
They are very supportive. My family, personally, my family, they have always known that this is what I need to do. So they have
Right,
always supported it. Ever since I, moved away from home and they could see that this was
right,
just what I was wanting to do, all the time. They are there for me. So seeing that I'm experiencing all these things with yeah, we had a show with Metallica some years
uh-huh,
ago in Amstein. We have tried these very, very cool unique things, and they have just been, yeah, very happy for me and supporting me all the way. And the other band members' parents are there as well, so that's very cool. Trying to get along with, come along with the show for the shows and all that. So that's always nice to see them there.
cool, cool. Tell me
Yeah.
about the other members of the band.
Yeah, Frederick, the guitarist, he is a John Petrucci nerd from
Uh,
Dream Theater, yeah.
yeah,
He has only the John Petrucci signature guitars, and he's just such a good guitarist.
right,
He's very inspired by Dream Theater and also other bands, but you can definitely hear the influence in his playing from John Petrucci, which is very, very good for our band because our band is so different sounding than Dream Theater, although it has some similar things going on.
right,
So even though that he's very inspired by him, it just creates a whole new flavor to our music. The
right,
Dream Theater soloing vibe, and that is very nice, I think. And Frederick and I, we have been friends since I was 14 and he was 13.
uh,
We have always kind of challenged each other with the guitar things.
right,
I had learned something new, and then was like, "Oh, Frederick, can you play this?" And he was like, "Oh, I gotta learn this." And then the other way around. So that's
right,
always been very healthy for our musical abilities. And
right,
Thomas, our bass player, is super musical. He can sit by a piano and just play something random on piano, whatever you tell him to play, he can do that.
right,
So he's the our chord progression genius, I would say.
right. Wow.
And our drummer, Morten, he's pretty new in the band. He joined a couple of months ago, and he is just so good. And he is so nice to be with. He's fitting into our little group so
Right,
perfectly. And he delivers a drumming that is perfect for the band. He's very He's very metal, but still
Right.
very aggressive. So it's just a perfect match.
Great. Okay. You already working on new material?
We are, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have some new songs already.
That's good.
I can't
That's
help
good.
myself.
Cool. Well, Nicklas, it was great talking to you, and I appreciate the chat. Defecto Echoes of Isolation on Frontiers Records. It's out now. Make sure you support it. Check out the videos, check out their websites, get in contact with them, buy their merch, and have a good day. And thanks very much. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
I'm just happy that we have fans out there. It's so awesome. Thank you all so much. And thank you for interviewing here.
No problem. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.